All right, wanted to welcome in former Pennsylvania Senator Rick Santorum, been with us all morning, and there it is, the vote. What do you think? What do you think about it?
As I said, I thought that was going to happen. I'm not surprised. Disappointing that everybody has to go through this. I know people have been saying, why are we doing this? Why aren't they focused on other things? Why are we picking on Republicans and not Democrats? Was because part of the job of a legislative body is to maintain proper ethical standards of conduct. And you can walk and chew gum at the same time. They can handle the nation's issues. They're going right back to work, and they've been working while they've been doing this. But this is an important aspect of showing that standards are going to be withheld, and if you don't uphold those standards, you're going to be punished for doing so. And I think removal in this case was the right decision.
As far as how the representative, or the former representative, I should say, handled this situation, you saw him shaking hands there on the floor with a few of them, and you saw, again, there was 114 that said no to it, 2 no votes, but he was out. He shook hands. He did not come out. He did not address the media. He reportedly left the Capitol, per reports. We won't see him. Is that the best way to handle it? Would you have expected? He's been really kind of
what else is he going to say? He's certainly had his moment
Yeah.
to make his case. He made his case on the floor. He's made his case with the media for quite some time now. I think it's very clear, given his behavior, that he obviously has some mental health issues, and hopefully he's getting some good advice from folks around him to now let's focus on himself, trying to get himself well.
Because this isn't done for him, right? In terms of the investigation or the Ethics Committee report, as far as criminal charges go.
Yeah, the Ethics Committee, they're done. I mean, the Ethics Committee is going to do any more. The Congress is going to do any more. It's now up to the judicial system, and now he's got to think about that. And so, the smartest thing to do now: keep your mouth shut, be a good defendant, if you will. You listen to your lawyers, and he made all his cases publicly. I'm sure a lot of what he said is going to be used against him in the court of law.
That's what I was getting at.
And so don't give him more information.
Let's talk about the seat. District 3. What do you know about it? Is there a chance it stays red?
Yeah, there is a chance. I mean, it's a Democratic seat. If you just look at the registration, I think it's a +6 Democrat registration seat. But it's one that obviously Santos won. It's one that can be won. I think what you're hearing is the concern. Again, this is a concern you've heard me talk about a lot. That if Trump is at the top of the ticket, it's probably not a good thing for that district. It's a suburban district. Trump has not run well in suburban areas. He will probably not run particularly well in that area. And so there are, I understand, 12 candidates lined up already to run for this on the Republican side alone. So there is obviously a belief within Nassau County and the part of Queens that this district is, that this is a winnable Republican seat. Donald Trump and whoever the Republican nominee is will play a part in that, and that's the unknown.
The 6th member ever to be expelled from Congress. History made as well, again, today that we've seen. But my question is this, it really is about campaigning. And you know quite a bit about that as serving in Congress, as both a congressman and a senator, and then your presidential run as well. Thinking about that, the vetting process, is this a wake-up call maybe to those out there to look at the candidates that they're funding, their background, things that they may claim, if they are true, before something like this happens?
Yeah, the amazing thing about this, it's so much easier today to find out more about people because, so much is out there on social media that 30 years ago, you could think something like this could happen. How can this happen in a world where there's so much dissemination of information? So in some respects, the guy must be somewhat of a genius to be able to keep all this under wraps that people didn't find out about it. So I'd say no. The bigger problem is, I don't know who's going to run for office in the future, particularly young people today who've put everything in their lives out there on social media. It's a treasure trove for opposition research whenever you run for office. So I think the opposite problem is going to be the problem is, are you going to be able to find anybody who's going to be clean enough, if you will, to run for office who hasn't done stupid stuff that they let the world know on social media already?
That's an excellent point. Senator Rick Santorum joining us again, weighing in on that again, the expulsion of Representative George Santos. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sean.
You got it.